Hey, what's good, Power People? This is the Power Living with Purpose podcast with David C. Henderson, and this is the health and fitness tip of the week. This week's tip is called Alopecia Awareness, presented by Will Smith and Chris Rock. Health tips are published weekly in the Tuskegee News. This week's tip is sponsored by the campaign to elect David Henderson for Macon County Board of Education Place 4. That website is davidchenderson.com. That's davidchenderson.com. All right. So, as we all know, the 2022 Oscar Awards will go down in history with what has been called the slap heard around the world. That has been the talk of the town and the internet this whole week, where Will Smith slapped Chris Rock in response to him making a joke about Jada's hair. Uh, I, for one, wasn't fully aware of Jada's struggles with alopecia. However, anyone who's followed her show, The Red Table Talk, or who stays up to date on celebrity news and stuff, probably was fully aware of her public battle with it. So when Will Smith won the Oscar later that night, he did apologize, but he also kind of missed the opportunity to shed more light on his wife's battle with alopecia, which is the main reason that he responded the way that he did. So, but as social media lit up with posts and hashtags about it, people with alopecia and hashtag alopecia awareness also made it clear what the root of the issue was, and therefore why Chris Rock's joke was so offensive to Will and Jada. But regardless of how shocking the actual slap was and all the fallout that came from it, there is ultimately some good that can come out of all this, and that is awareness about alopecia. And hopefully, people being motivated to maybe donate to nonprofits that are working towards a cure and helping people who suffer from it, like the National Alopecia Areata Foundation. Their website is www.naaf.org. Personally, over the last 5, 10 years, um, in my mid late 30s, just like many men, I've been battling some hair loss, and a little bit up top, back. And because of the simple fact that there is so much information available online today, I'd rather explore all of those options first instead of just giving up the fight and just shaving it all off. So let's go ahead and look at what alopecia is, what causes it, and also what can be done if it affects you or your loved ones. All right, alopecia has many different variations, but the core is actually an immune system response where the body attacks the hair follicles instead of protecting them, which results in hair loss. There are numerous other causes for hair loss that include poor diet, high amounts of stress, lack of sleep, smoking, and more. My issue was lack of stress and a little bit of lack of sleep of the last 5, 10 years. Main three types of alopecia are number one, alopecia areata, which is where the hair falls out in little spots and patches. Alopecia totalis, where all of the hair on the scalp falls out, and alopecia universalis, where all the hair on the whole body falls out. In addition, there's also male pattern baldness, which affects over 50% of men over the age of 50 in the United States, and female pattern baldness, which affects women up to 40% of women over the age of 50. There are various clinical treatments for alopecia, such as creams, ointments, and injections. In terms of pattern baldness, there are many topical products like topical products, creams, shampoos, conditioners, and also hair graft surgery, which transplants hair from growing areas like the side or the back onto the top or the area that stopped growing. Once those follicles take root, they actually grow just like they did in the other area, and therefore everything evens on out. This treatment can run anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 or more, depending on how much grafting is needed. So, when you see people like LeBron James, if it only takes $5,000 to fill your hair back in, or you know, even if you owe 10,000, I mean, kind of wonder like, why don't you just do it? You got so much money, but I don't know. Now we always hear that family history makes a difference, and although the trait for hair loss has been shown to come from the X chromosome from the mother side of the family, there are also many lifestyle adjustments that can raise the likelihood of having a full, healthy head of hair, regardless of genetics. based on my research, list of foods that I found that there are recommended for healthy hair include eggs, berries, green leafy vegetables, cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli and cauliflower, also Brussels sprouts, beets, which improve circulation all over your body, fatty fish like salmon, preferably salmon, sweet potatoes, avocados, nuts, seeds, peppers, shrimp, beans, Greek yogurt, tropical fruits, cinnamon, pumpkin seeds, lean protein, and protein supplements. Other recommended supplements include biotin and collagen, which can come in pill, powder, liquid, and topical versions, as well as shampoos and conditioners. In terms of recommended topical hair care, natural suggestions include products containing tea tree oil, shea butter, jojoba oil, green tea, keratin, olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, castor oil, and more. Then there are chemicals that stimulate hair growth, such as minoxidil, which is in Rogaine, finasteride, and DHT blockers. Now, last but not least, lifestyle changes that improve hair growth include maintaining a healthy weight, resistance training with weights or machines, stretch bands, and not just cardiovascular only. We at body weight as well, push-ups and so forth. Effectively managing stress and making sure to laugh and smile every day at some point. Also, drinking between 64 ounces and half your body weight in ounces per day of water or non caffeinated, non carbonated beverages, and getting enough sleep. Well, there you have it in terms of a healthy hair plan. Personally, I have seen progress with my hair whenever I stay consistent with those. There's been at one point it was almost all gone on top, and now the hair follicles are all there. They're just slowly growing back because I've done the research and doing what it takes. Personally, yeah, that's my situation. But personally, my goal is to keep my hair, but I also don't want to, and I don't want to have to spend all that money on the hair graft surgery if I can help it. Well, I guess we'll just have to see. And as always, have a safe, healthy, and blessed week. Stay powerful, my friends.